Beach driving is an incredibly fun and exciting way to explore the Nissan Navara N-Trek Warrior, but there are a few things you need to know and do before you hit the sand. Whether you're going for a surf, a swim, to catch a fish, or just getting away from it all, driving on sand requires some preparation and unique driving techniques to stay safe and get the best experience. So what do you need before hitting the beach? For starters, you're not allowed to drive on every beach in the country, so just check that the area has a dedicated accessibility for four-wheel drives. Once you get there, and just before you hit the soft sand, you'll need to pull over somewhere safe and lower the tyre pressures. Make sure you've got a proper tyre gauge, and if you're going to be a regular beach user, one of these rapid deflators come in super handy and deflate your tyres to between 12 and 18 psi. What this does is make the sidewall of the tyre more baggy, giving the tyre a bigger footprint on the sand. Once that is all done, engage high range four-wheel drive on the selector and deactivate the stability control system. You'll know when they're both done properly, as here in the instrument cluster you can see it says 4x4 high and the DSC is off. Now we can head onto the sand. Here at Stockton Beach, just north of Newcastle in New South Wales, there's a bit of a dune to climb first of all, so it helps if you have a little momentum on your side with a bit of a run up. Actually, momentum is key when you're driving on the beach, especially if the sand is really soft or you're heading uphill like up any sand dunes. Remember, just keep it smooth. If you jam on the throttle from standstill, you'll likely spin all four wheels and just get bogged straight away. So accelerate really gently, and once you're moving, you can get up to speed. It's the same but opposite, obviously, for braking. If you just slam on the anchors, the front of the car will bury itself in the sand. Stop smoothly and you'll be all good. The same can be said for steering. You don't want to go putting any sudden movements in because the car could dig itself in and even worse, maybe roll a tyre off the rim, and yeah, you don't want that. At the same time, don't be scared if the car moves around underneath you a little bit. Sand is obviously a lot softer than tarmac and even dirt. And for that reason, it's why we disengage the stability control. Otherwise, the computer would cut power when it senses the wheels are spinning or the car is sliding, and you'd lose momentum. As for any road rules or general etiquette, most publicly accessible beaches do have a speed limit, but just check any signs on the way in for any restricted areas or specific rules. For us here on Stockton Beach, the maximum speed limit is 40 kilometres an hour, which is plenty fast enough in reality. And we're allowed to drive along the beach all the way to Port Stephens. Plus, there's this huge dedicated recreational vehicle area, which is just awesome. But we've just got to make sure we keep away from any fenced off areas. You should also drive with your headlights on all the time so other drivers can see you from as far away as possible. If you're driving over sand dunes and you can't see what's on the other side, it is a better option to go around the sand dune. But if that's not an option, the best bet is to hit the sand dune with a bit of momentum. But once you get to the top like here, just slow down a bit, check out what's on the other side, make sure there's no traffic or obstacles. Best way to go. On the beachfront, it's advised to stick to existing road rules and stay on the left side of any oncoming traffic. And you don't want to get stuck in a rising tide. Otherwise, being sensible and smooth will ensure that you're going to have a great time exploring the beach. So there you go, everything you need to know about driving on sand. And look at this, we've got our own little slice of the beach, and that's what we've come for, so time for a swim.